Grade Lesson 2 worksheets. We're going to do some mental addition and subtraction without using a paper or pencil. Okay, so let's look at number 1. We have 15 plus 2. Since we know there's no 1, it's obviously just keep the 1. And then 5 plus 2 is 17. We can do that easily mentally. Let's do something harder. Let's look at number 3. We look at the ones place. 3 plus 7 is 10. Then we look at the tens place. 3 plus 7 is 10, so it'll be 110. Since we just add the 1. Let's look at number 5. 9 plus 10 plus 11. 19 plus 11. And then we get 30. Mental math is just all about just like looking at the ones place and seeing what order is the easiest to go. So let's look at number 7. So I'm not going to do 5 plus 87 first, but instead I'm going to do 15 plus 5, and then you get 20. 20 plus 87 is way easier than whatever 87 plus 5 plus 15 is. So it'll be 20 plus 87, and then you're going to get 107. Now let's look at the difference without a pen or pencil. Alright, let's do number 1. 20 minus 10. 2 minus 1 is 1, and then you just bring the 0 over. 25 minus 20, since it's 5 minus 0, it is just 5, since the 2's cancel out. 12 minus 12, since it's the same number, they both cancel out and they'll equal 0. Something harder is number 5. 31 minus 23. Since the 1 is smaller than the 3, we're going to have to take out the 3, change it to 2, then change this to 11, and then 11 minus 3 is 8, and the answer will be 8, since the 2 and 2 cancel out, since you're making the 3 into a 2. Alright, let's move on to estimations. It says round to the nearest thousands place, and so the thousands would be here and here. So if it's 4,234 plus 3,129, we would round down to 4,000 plus 3,000, making that a simple 7,000. Okay, let's move on to number 3. So since it's above 500, we move around 7,501 to 8,000, and then the 782 to 1,000, and then in total you get 9,000. So if your number is above the 500, then you're rounding up to 1,000. But if it's below, you would round down and you would get below the number. So like here, we have 3,634. Since it's above 500, 3,634 would turn into 4,000. But since 6,123, the 123 is below 500, it's going to round down to 6,000. And then in total, you'll get 10,000. Let's look at number 7 as a final example. We have 93,754. We're running to the nearest thousandth, and since 754 is greater than 500, we're going to round 93,754 to 94,000. And then we look at 690. Since 690 is greater than 500, we're also going to add 1,000 into this. So the total will be 94,000 plus 1,000, making it 95,000. Just like that. Then we're going to move on to some word problems now. So if Jackson has 1,328 video games and Clarice has 2,189 and Walter has 649, estimate how many video games they have rounding to the nearest thousands, hundreds, and then tenths. Okay, let's first round to the nearest thousands. So let's say 1,000, since Jackson is 1,328, that rounds to 1,000. Quebec has 2,189. We round to 2,000. And then Walter has 600, so it'll be 1,000 again. We combine those to the 1,000 place and we get 4,000 video games in total. That's a lot of video games. Now let's move on to the hundreds. It'll be 1,000, since it's below, 28 is below 50, we do 1,300. Since this is also below 50, we're gonna round to 200, 2,100. Actually, it's above 50, so it would be 2,200, sorry. And 649, since it is below, you go 600. So it'll be 1,300 plus 2,200 plus 600. So you get 5,100, I believe. Then finally, let's do the 10th place. So we do 1,328. Since 8 is above, we do 1,330. 2,190. And 650. Plus 1,330 plus 2,190 in total will lead to a total of 4,170 video games. We're going to move on to number 2. The Riddler has a mysterious number of McDonald's Happy Meals in his van. Ronald McDonald has 43 meals in his van. Together they have 78 Happy Meals in their vans. How many McDonald's Happy Meals does the Riddler have in his van? So we have an unknown amount of numbers in the Riddler's van, and we know McDonald has 43. And then in total it will equal 78. And we want to know what this mystery number is. So to do that, we're going to separate these two by subtracting 43 and just making it question mark leave alone. So we do 78 minus 43, and that's going to be 25. And so the Riddler would have 25 Happy Meals in his van. Mr. Jonathan is 69 inches tall. He then grows another 9 inches taller, then shrinks by 3 inches. How tall is Mr. Jonathan at the end of the very end of the height changing? So he's 69 inches, and then he grows 9, and then shrinks 9. So let's just go in order. So 69 plus 9 is going to equal 78, and then 78 minus 3 is equal to 75, so it's 75 inches and taller. Just taller. And let's do the final word problem. Samantha has 48 quarters, Bart Simpson has 14, gives her 14 quarters, then Mika gives her 23 quarters. How many quarters does Samantha have now? So she beginning has 48, and is given 14, and then given 23 more. So let's add all those up. 8 plus 4 is 12, and then add 3, we get 15. Make sure we add that 10 later on. So we do 4 plus 1 plus 2 is going to equal 7, and then 85 will be total amount of quarters. 85. If Mika gave the quarters first and then Bart did, how many would she have? So even if Mika gave her first, due to like, you're not really changing the equation, are you? So since it's 48, and then Mika gave her quarter first, and then it's Bart, it would still be 85. 85. And so C, is the answer to B the same as the answer to A? Yeah, it is. That's it for lesson 2, grade 4, and have a good day.